Ladies and gentlemen, we have breaking news regarding the sale of the Washington Commanders, my favorite football team. Adam Schefter is reporting that Josh Harris and the Mitchell Riley's group, which now includes Magic Johnson, by the way, officially has submitted a fully financed bid that meets Dan Snyder's $6 billion asking price. Not only is the Harris group in there as well, we also have the Canadian-backed Steve, I'm going to butcher this dude's last name, but Apostolopoulos? So Steve Apostolopoulos, who also has submitted a fully funded $6 billion offer for the Commanders. This would actually be the largest sale in NFL history. Whether or not the Commanders have been sold has been going on now for months on end, and actually last week, reporters such as Schefter, Ian Rappaport, and JP Finley, an insider in the Washington, D.C. area, reporting that a sale was imminent. Now, it's important to note that this is not an official sale to either group, it just is a bid, meaning that they can accept either or. Dan Snyder in the past has said that $6 billion is around what he wants for the team, which makes sense. Believe it or not, even with their terrible history, the Commanders actually are one of the most valuable franchises in all of the NFL, and actually in all of sports. There was some rumors sniffing around that Jeff Bezos, who we all know has the money to buy pretty much everything, was thinking about buying the team, but with other reports out there saying that Dan Snyder wasn't too keen on selling to Jeff Bezos, it makes sense that he doesn't have a bid in today. Like I said before, neither team has bid, but if I had to choose, I think Harris will probably get it. He has experience owning other teams in the NBA. He also has the Magic Johnson angle, which I think actually does help. I know it sounds, you're probably sitting there like, why would Magic Johnson matter at all? But it's a name recognition thing. Other reports, also by Schefter, state that we could expect the sale of the Commanders around time for the NFL draft, which is later in April. I believe the draft starts April 27th. As a Commanders fan, honestly, this news is music to my ears. It's better than Christmas. It's amazing. For the past 20 years, Mr. Snyder has owned that team. He's done an awful job. If you actually look into his history, he's one of the worst owners in all of sports. I'm not being hyperbolic. If you actually go and look, not just from an on-the-field standpoint, but from a public relations standpoint, and actually just being a human, Dan Snyder has done a god-awful job, and he has absolutely annihilated the respect for that franchise. When he took the team over, they had some of the highest ticket sales. They had one of the best teams in the league, strong fan base, and 20-plus years later, we sit at the bottom of all that. We've won one playoff game. I'm pretty sure. I've been to our stadium. Our stadium's half empty, and it's a dump. He had to sell this football team with pressure mounting. We were unable to get new site for our new stadium that they're supposed to start building in 3 years, but no one wanted to work with him. Endless, and I mean the endless lawsuits coming down from different government organizations, whether it be the DC Attorney General, the FTC, cheerleaders. I mean, in the years past, I don't think I've ever heard an owner's name more for negative stuff than I have Dan Snyder, other than maybe Dolan. And I'm including people like Jerry Richardson or, and please forgive me, I'm forgetting the Clippers owner, Donald Sterling, that's his name, who both had scandals and were kicked out in disgrace. I still think Dan Snyder's been in the headlines far more than any of those people, simply because of the longevity and the absolute nonsense that he has continued to persist over the years. Either way, Commanders fans, this nightmare is almost over. We can finally get back to winning football. Either of these two owners is fine, I say, without the ability of having hindsight. So if in 5 years one of these owners ends up being a total piece of shit, you did not hear that from me. Either way, I'll be coming back here with more videos. As a matter of fact, I'm about to break down who Commanders fans should want between Josh Harris and Mr. I'm going to say his name right in the next video because I want to have a pronunciation of it. Either way, I'm Blitz Pizza. Thanks for coming. Great to hear this breaking news. Go Commanders.